The rewards are great, but the risks can sometimes be even greater. Tonight, people who knew renowned rock climber Balin Miller are remembering his thirst for the thrill of the climb.
Jace Bertrand shares their memories and what keeps the community climbing and coming back for more despite the danger.
But it's just like a way to get yourself deeper and further into the mountains.
For a small group of people, the greatest thrill comes with the climb.
The majority of us, we just want to see if we can do it. You know, push our body to the limit, push our minds to the limit and see something that we've never seen before, experience something so spectacular and just nature's phenomenon.
However, the excitement doesn't come without hesitation.
Wondering what the mountain is going to allow us to do when we approach it. And yeah, having the respect for the mountain and really just trying to be aware of all of the hazards as much as possible.
Above all, recognizing the power of the nature around you.
Understanding that the mountain has the control. No matter what we assume is going to happen that day, the mountain is in charge. And so we want to always have that same respect and thought.
A sobering reminder of this, the death of 23-year-old Balin Miller, described by his peers as a prodigy.
They said that his skill set was beyond his, for his era and his generation, he was like a master at it. I mean, I think they nicknamed him the king of the Alaska range after doing the Slavic.
We put on an ice festival for another friend of ours that had passed away that was a climber. And so we've been continuing his legacy with the ice climbing festival in the Kinnick every year. And that's where I met him for the first time. Very talented young man, very impressive.
And I would say that he died doing what he loved, but I don't think he wanted to die. I don't think he knew the risks, but I don't think he was ready.
Miller's death has sent shockwaves through the rock climbing community.
The climbing community is small, so when someone like that, Balin or Hillary Nelson or someone like that dies, we all feel it. But as I'm getting older and watching a lot of my friends make mistakes that cost them their life, I am not really sure that my ambition to push it is really there much more, because I think we're all susceptible to making a silly mistake.
Despite the tragedy, climbers are going to continue their passions.
Love your climbers. Love the people that have kids that climb. You know, you can't stop them from climbing, but you can just love on them. And every moment you have with them, hug them and tell them you love them.
Jace Bertrand, Alaska's news source.
A 16-year-old boy and a 52-year-old woman are dead after a four-vehicle crash near mile 62 on Parks Highway in Willow. Alaska state troopers say it happened Thursday around 5. An early investigation reports 52-year-old Saran Twitchell of Wasilla was driving when she crossed into the lane of oncoming traffic and hit 3 other cars. Twitchell was declared dead on the way to the hospital. Her 16-year-old passenger died at the scene. An autopsy is being performed on Twitchell's body to see if alcohol or drugs were a factor.
The driver's body has been sent to the state medical examiner's office for autopsy. That'll give us some toxicology results to let us know if there were any drugs or alcohol that may have contributed to the collision.
No one else was hurt, but the highway was closed for about 4.5 hours.
And continuing coverage of the government shutdown tonight, Congressman Nick Begich says that he will now withhold his pay. That comes after another Senate vote today that did not end the shutdown. The congressman told our political reporter, Will Courtney, how he will not accept a paycheck for now. Will.
Yeah, well, it's a combination of federal requirements that mean Begich and other lawmakers are required to be paid. Begich told me he received permission to have his pay delayed until the shutdown ends. That includes both constitutional requirements and a 1983 law change that made lawmakers' pay independent of budget fights. So far, he's the only member of Alaska's delegation to make the pay pledge, but not the first member of Congress. Begich said it's a choice made in solidarity with Alaska's tens of thousands of federal workers, furloughed or working without pay. Something he said could damage credit scores and make the lives for those living paycheck to paycheck much harder. With the latest Senate vote failing to reach 60 votes this morning, and now Speaker Johnson saying he's not going to hold any sessions next week, it appears the shutdown could last at least one more week. Begich said he's convinced enough Democrats will eventually support the bill in the Senate, though.
And so, look, you know, they've come forward with a proposal that's simply not serious. We have a clean CR. We have a history of Democrats voting for clean CRs. And the end of the day, I think that's what Democrats are going to do.
So you heard him mention, say, CR there. CR means continuing resolution. It's used to describe a funding bill that maintains current government spending without policy changes or additions. Democratic leaders continue disputing that characterization, though. They argue this Republican bill is not truly clean because Democrats say it ignores their demands to restore Medicaid cuts and extending Enhanced Affordable Care Act tax credits expiring in December. Begich and other Republicans say negotiations for those issues can happen after the shutdown ends. Rebecca and Augusta.
Will, thanks so much. And turning now to the weather. The weekend's almost here, and we're wondering if it will be dry.
Chief Meteorologist Mr. Fry joins us now with the answer.
Yeah, we are going to see dry periods for sure. In fact, we'll have some extended dry periods across South Central and most of the state. We'll see some dry windows, but we also have some showers moving through. Right now, you can see some cloud cover, even some showers developing up near Hatcher Pass into the northern Susitna Valley. As you head further north of there, we have some cloud cover, but south still holding on to that sunshine in Homer, Kenai, and Seward, and it's warm with temperatures in the low 50s. But the cloud cover, it's coming from this storm that's parked all the way in the Bering Sea. High winds, heavy rain through the Aleutians from that storm tonight. That's going to move north and east, and we will see wind and rain pushing up the west coast, along with a dangerous surf. High surf advisory and coastal flood advisory is in effect because of those strong winds. Again, pushing inland, we will see that potential for some coastal flooding and even some coastal erosion. As that storm pushes east over the weekend, we'll see increasing chances for showers across South Central and into the interior. But tonight, we have a little drizzle in a few spots, but otherwise a nice night to get out and about. And again, temperatures still mild, winds are still light. As we head overnight, we'll hold on to the cloud cover. Temperatures not dropping much overnight, only falling to the mid 40s. And then as we head through the day tomorrow, I do expect some sun breaks. An isolated shower or two are possible, but most of that heavier rain should hold off until late Saturday evening. And then we'll continue to see some wet conditions into Sunday morning. So showers in and out with those breaks. But again, temperatures continue to stay unseasonably warm. And if you are in Anchorage tomorrow, you'll also notice the winds ahead of that storm gusting to about 35 miles per hour. Now, as we head into next week, we're going to retain that heat, and I'll have a closer look at that forecast next.
Thank you, Melissa. Well, the city of Anchorage is honoring its sled dog heritage. The Mushers Arc broke ground on 4th Avenue today.
Our Justin Matson is downtown to show us a major step towards revitalization. Justin.
That's right. There's a lot of excitement here in downtown Anchorage about revitalization, where crews broke ground on the new Mushers Arch, making history. This steel arch will rise along 4th Avenue. It's the ceremonial starting line of the Iditarod and home to the sled dog races for generations. Several community leaders were on hand and recognized for their involvement in bringing this project to life. When it's complete, the arch is expected to become an iconic photo and gathering spot for locals and visitors from all over the world to connect with the city's unique heritage. The arch has come with a number of upgrades to 4th Avenue, even where I am standing.
They included a number of elements of it for us. One of them is the sidewalk we're standing on. They bumped the sidewalk out here on both sides of the street, so we have room to put the arch. They put up the banner arms on all of the light poles. You'll see the banners down both sides of the street.
Yeah, and that was not the only reveal, as Mayor LaFrance unveiled next year's Ferrandi pin. All of the pins that are purchased goes to help fund the nonprofits and events that come with it, though we are still a little ways away from the year's Winter Festival, which is set to kick off early next year. Justin Matson, Alaska's news source.
Don't shoot the ravens. That's the message from a bird rehab clinic in Anchorage that says it's seeing more birds with gunshot wounds.
Lauren Maxwell has our story.
At Bird TLC, they say it's a good sign this raven is getting back his appetite. But when it turns, you can see the splint on its wing, revealing something isn't right.
There's the two fractures there and the fracture up there.
That's determined the bird had been shot at least 3 times, leaving it with a fractured wing and collarbone.
He's lucky to be alive. He definitely is.
But this isn't the first bird rushed to the clinic above Potter Marsh with gunshot wounds.
He's our 6th bird that has come in shot.
Director Laura Atwood says it happens every year. Even so,
What's been a little unusual this year is 4 of those 6 have come in since August 1st. So we've had quite a few come together all at one time.
Sometimes they survive, and sometimes they don't. But it isn't just ravens, eagles, owls, you name it. Atwood says the birds come from different parts of the state, so there really is no pattern. The only connection, they're federally protected, so shooting them is illegal.
Any cases that we get in, we report to U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, law enforcement, and they do follow up.
Vets say it's too soon to tell if this raven will heal well enough to be released. For now, he's on painkillers and resting comfortably. Lauren Maxwell, Alaska's news source.
Thanks for listening. Click subscribe so you can get the latest podcast from Alaska's news source automatically. And stay up to date with breaking news and in-depth reporting available for free 24/7 with the Alaska's news source app.